Howdy, practical patriots and practical preppers. Yohote, Grus aus Texas. Hey, Johnny Practical Nurse. You know, I'm always honored when companies send me items for my fair, honest, practical review. And this came in the mail the other day, and it's the AK Master Mount Enhanced AK Safety Lever. You know, my golden standard is Krebs, but I decided I really wanted to give this a try. And I'm going to tell you the results of it and what we came up with next, working with AK Master Mount. One thing I tell people is any company or any representative, if you send me something, please understand this is my findings, this is my opinions that I based on my experience from being in the military and doing a lot of shooting as a civilian, being a homestead defender. So however it turns out, it is what it is. Take it for what it's worth. Now, I'm going to show you something here, and why it's important for a lot of these companies to take heed and really listen to the end user. I'm going to test this on 3 of my different AKs, and I want to show you how things turned out, and I'm going to show you what the result of that was. So I took the original AK safety lever off and put this one on. Looks like it fits really nice, right? Nice and smooth, but watch what happens. Now, if you've had a chance to look at a lot of pictures from the conflict that's going on in, let's just say, the East European area, you might have seen images like this, because I have, where a soldier was actually trying to operate his rifle while the safety lever was down like this. So I did things like try to bend it, and it would not stop on anything. This part right here would not stop it, and that didn't end up well. So like I said, one does not represent all. So I decided to try it on a different AK pattern rifle. This one being my Bulgarian beauty that I love, the AK-74. And then I tried it on my Romanian Wasser here. And I don't like my safety levers so tight that I can't move them down. You know, aging fingers, that kind of stuff. Speed, a lot of reasons. I don't like them so tight that I can't move them down just by flicking my finger there. But the cool thing was I got it bent enough on this part right here that this would stop it at least, instead of swinging all the way down. That would have been no bueno. Now, here's the cool thing some people like about this feature on this one is that it will hold your bolt open. When you go over to a public range or something like that, they want to make sure that your chamber is clear. Now, with that, me personally, I like to, again, same set finger, be able to pop it down if it's in that position, which, you know, try as I might, I can't do that. So to me, that would require another modification. So let me just go ahead and do this right here, which I don't think I should have to. That's just me, guys. I don't think I should have to. I get it. Some people don't like it to where you can bump these things, but don't forget, you lock the bolt to the rear in an AR and you bump it, what happens? So I kind of have the same kind of attitude about it. You know, I'd like to be able to pull it down. I don't want to have to use 2 hands to manipulate that. And luckily, like I said, I did get it to where it could bend and it would stop right there. It did stop at the detent, but let's say I'm under stress, adrenaline's pumping, chances are I might go back down one more, but at least it stops it right there from how I bent this thing. Okay, let's try out the next rifle. And I tried it on this one, which is my Russian, Saiga, that I wanted to try it on, Izmash, whatever they want to call them. Same issues I was having right here, okay? Kind of, like I said, I've seen images from that conflict over there, and I've seen this. That's not good. So, I've tried again to manipulate this right here to get it to stop right at this part right here. Again, no fly. So I got a hold of the person that said, hey, Johnny, try this. And I listed my concerns, and let me show you what they came up with. For me, this is the golden standard for safety levers. Again, that's just my opinion, but this is the Krebs AK safety lever. Okay. And this is the, I'm going to say Gen 1. Okay, AK Master Mount Enhanced AK Safety Lever. And, you saw the concerns I had with it. So I went ahead and got back a hold of them, gave those expressed opinions. You see a little bit of difference over here. To me, okay, that's cool. Doesn't really matter. It's flat for me or rounded. Just my personal opinion. But just comparing them one on top of the other. And then let me show you, after they took my recommendations, we brainstormed it. Let me show you what they sent me. This is the one they sent me after, I made my recommendations and everything. And just kind of looking at the difference between, I'm going to say Gen 1. Excuse me, guys, at AKA Master Mount if it's not, but that's what I'm calling it. Gen 1 and Gen 2. Notice you have this little detent right here, which will stop that one part near your trigger guard. It will stop on it. This doesn't have it. You'll notice, I'm going to tell you what, I made a slight modification. You notice how you have this kind of more of a crescent shape right there? Notice it doesn't over here. I did that. I did that with my Dremel because I wanted to be able to, pop the safety lever down with just one finger, really easy. But, okay, again, you can see some slight differences here. And I'm going to show you what those slight differences, how much of a difference they made on my rifles here. Back to the good old Russian Izzy, as I call it, or Russian Saiga, whatever you want to call it. But notice this little part right here, the little detent, stops. Because notice there's no detents on this thing. For safe and fire, there's none on the Russian Izzy, okay? And one thing I want to show y'all is this. This was my big hang up. You remember how I couldn't manipulate the other one? Watch this. That simple. With just one finger, okay? Very simple. That's how I like it. Looking at the Bulgarian 74, again, very simple. Notice that the detent stops, doesn't travel any farther. Okay. Cool, huh? And showing you on the mighty Romanian Wasser. I know one of you is going to put in the comments, not the Wasser, because that's just my thing, man. So on this one, of course, there you go with that. And that nice little, the dimple, sticks on that one down to there, stops it from going past there, which is really good. I mean, to me, it's good to go at this point. Kind of stops right up there. It's really, so to me, good to go. Okay, comparing it with the Krebs, depending on price, would probably dictate which way I would go. But this now, with all the comments and suggestions and everything I sent, I'm glad they got to this route right here. Again, if you got one of these right here, just my recommendation, guys, not trying to stir up anything, but if you got one of these and you're having issues with it, give them a holler. I mean, to me, I tell people my money is, hard. For me, money is hard to come by. I got to work really extra hard to get money. So every penny I spend is worth me saying, putting in my 2 cents, worth saying my opinion. If you got one of these, I would definitely, and you're having issues, I would definitely give them a holler. But this now look at this. And this is going to stay on my Wasser. I like this one. Questions, comments, leave them below. Until I see you all again, Johnny Practical Nurse, remember, safety first, safety always. Good thing to have. Until I see you all again, salute, out here.